Today we've got very important updates. We're going to talk about changes to that vaccination requirement for Honduras. I've got big updates for you from the Koningsdam, from the Majestic Princess, and finally, huge news when it comes to flying. And so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Monday, it's July 7th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. I want to start off, number one, I'm not in my usual studio. Turns out my new studio is not the best place to do videos when we've got house guests, so I'm going to be here for a couple of days, and then you can come with us as we leave on Friday on our trip to go on a river cruise and take you along to some pretty amazing events. What I want to really start off today with, though, is if you're listening here, I'm sure that you've probably been following the news along with what's going on with the flooding in Texas. I know that that doesn't have anything to do with cruising, but it does have everything to do with who we are as a people. And so I hope that you will keep the families of the people that have been impacted, especially the families that lost their children and their family members, because adults were lost as well in that flood, and for the families that they still are looking for their children. And I've just been so sad and worried about these people, and so I hope that you will keep them in your thoughts, your prayers, however that you send good thoughts in this world. I hope that you will do that for them. Now, let's shift over to cruise news. I want to start at the very top. Last week was the really big news all about that new vaccine requirement for the measles, or proof that you were immune to the measles if you were going to visit Honduras. Well, Saturday, they did a big update to that, and they started off by saying, first of all, for Honduras, number one, this is an update to the message sent June 28th regarding the new requirement of proof of measles and rubella vaccine. There is no requirement for proof of measles and rubella vaccination for travelers arriving in Honduras. So I don't know if there was a huge error with what was going on in Honduras and what the U.S. officials heard. I don't know what happened, or maybe the people in Honduras made that rule and the tourism board called them and said, you can't do that. A lot of people won't come. And so I'm not, like I said, exactly sure why the changes, but we don't have to worry about that anymore. And isn't that really nice? So check any worries about visiting Honduras off your list. Take any worries off about going on a cruise that would be calling in Honduras. Even if you didn't want to get off the ship, we can all go to Honduras now and not even have to worry about showing any proof regarding the measles vaccine. So I think that's great news. Next up, I wanted to let you know I appreciate our Let's Go family member Carrie for letting us know. Sailing on the Koningsdam, he said that they were leaving Glacier Bay July 2nd, and they struck a large piece of ice. Apparently everyone on that ship felt the ship shudder as it hit that. Originally, right off, everybody's worried, did we hit a whale? And they immediately announced, nope, we did not hit a whale, but we hit a large piece of ice. And so they immediately did all the checks that they needed to do. They were worried if the ship was damaged. They found no damage, and even the next day when they arrived in Ketchikan, they had a diver come and check out the ship, and all they found were some scratches. And so it's just a great reminder that you never know what to expect on your cruise. And even though, you're sailing in the summertime in Alaska, you think we're okay to not hit any ice. Sometimes ships do still hit ice there. I don't know how many of you remember that a couple of years ago, the Norwegian Sun struck a piece of ice in Alaska, and I think it was in June, and it did damage the ship. And so just putting this out there, and I'm glad that the Koningsdam is fine and everyone on board is safe. Next up, this is really a big deal for those of you who sail on Princess. So a little while ago, last week and then a couple of weeks before that, I let you know about some awards, most recently the Spectator Award that Princess had won because of the wine that they have on board and the way they pair it with their dining. They got awards for that, and that's a big deal in the cruising world. We've got Let's Go family members, and this is really interesting because a couple of you emailed me right after that and shared some experiences, but we've got people who are on the Majestic Princess sailing right now, and they were saying that, number one, they noticed how much Princess pushes the Plus package. I've noticed that as well. They push it to travel agents to try to sell to people. They push it when you buy, when you book a cruise, they push it. Whenever I call Princess and I need to do something for someone that has a cruise booked and they don't have the Plus package, boy, do they try to talk me into it for them. And it's not my choice. It's the guest's choice. And I really do enjoy helping people navigate and letting them figure out if they need a package, if they don't need a package, and which package is best for them if they need one. Anyway, they do push the Plus package as well when you get on board. Remember, if you wait to add it into your cruise when you get on board, it costs $5 extra per day per person. So just remember that. But along with pushing the Plus package, they noticed that in spite of receiving these awards, that the glass by glass menu is now generic. It just says only things he said, like Riesling or Pinot Grigio, Griegio. The wines that they enjoyed by the glass on Princess when they were on their cruise last year are now only available if you buy that bottle of wine, and the sommelier on board that they spoke with also said this was new to them, that this was a new development, that they are not going to have the same list of wines available on board, and that a lot of them now are only available by the bottle. So if you want to have that kind of wine, you need to buy the whole bottle. You don't have to drink it all on the same night. It keeps your name on it, but you can't just order one glass of that wine. And so I was thinking that if people really enjoy the same kind of wine each evening on a cruise, that would probably work out okay. But if you're someone that really enjoys trying the large selection of wines that are available, that's going to be much harder for you. And so just wanted to put that out there, and I want to get your feedback back about that. I also appreciated that this Let's Go family member pointed that they are also trying to cut corners, and so that's what this would be, not having quite the same selection of wine available by the glass. But also, I've noticed, as someone that enjoys mocktails, and I want to hear from you as well on this, they are really watered down a lot. Like my Sunshine Daiquiri that I have loved since my early days of sailing on Princess, every once in a while I will order it just to see where we are with it, but a lot of times I'll get on the ship, have one or two, and it is just so watered down it's not the same drink anymore, and so I don't order it. So they got what they wanted there. I'm not drinking them anymore, and it's probably the same for some other people. So just putting that out there. Not to complain. You know what? I love to go on a cruise. If I have to drink, Sunshine Daiquiri, or I love strawberry daiquiris. Sometimes those are not quite as watered down, but I still get to go where I want to go. I get to go on a beautiful ship with amazing crew members and amazing guests. So I'm not going to throw that baby out with the bathwater and quit cruising just because they're watering my mocktail down a little bit. Just wanted to give you a heads up and let you know I've got that perspective. Finally, now, I want to hear what you all think about this. So in the comments, don't only tell me. I want to hear what you think about the drinks and everything to do with that. But I also want to know, I was looking at the BBC News this morning, and the airport there in Edinburgh, they are saying it is the first airport in Scotland. And I am truly wondering if it's the first airport in the world that is taking away that requirement that you don't have any bottles of liquid more than 100 mLs. Here in the United States, they will generally say it's 3.3 ounces, and or maybe that's what size most bottles are. But anyway, you can take that size on board in your little bag that has your liquids in it. And at the Edinburgh airport, though, you are going to be able to take as many 2-liter containers on board in your carry-on with you that you want. That includes bottles of wine, whatever. 2-liter bottles with you when you board in your carry-on. This is new. Like, we have had the 100 ml requirement in a bag since September 11th occurred. And so this is really big news, and I was wondering why they made this change. The only thing that I can find in the reports about it, and like I cite the BBC News on this, they said the change comes after 2 extra lanes and 8 scanners costing £24 million were installed at the international airport there in Edinburgh. So I don't know what they're going to, like, why they're starting to allow this. So 2 things I want to know from you, or 3. Tell me whatever you want me to know about this, because we need to talk about this. Do you feel less safe with allowing people to bring as much liquid on board as they want to? Number 1, and don't tease me. I'm not worried about the wine thing, but there are a lot of liquids that you can do a lot with that I would think would be a security risk. That's what I'm thinking. The second thing I'm wondering is, do you think this is going to roll out across the world? Do you think we're seeing the end of the 100 ml requirement? I don't. I'm going to go on record right now and say that I don't, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens next with this coming out of Edinburgh. So let me all know what you think about it. Let me know if you're set to fly out of Edinburgh soon. I know that there are some cruise lines that do cruises originating or ending in Edinburgh, Scotland. And so let me know, are you going to be going out of there? And I look forward to hearing from all of you. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.